Hi! Right, well here's my worldly possessions for the next couple of years. I've decided in my wisdom to attempt to cycle around the world for my retirement. And it's taken me longer than I thought to get together what I think is important for cycling around the world. So I'm just going to lay everything out on the floor now to show you what I'm taking. I'm going to start at the back with easy access to things I need throughout the day, which is probably my extra jacket and a quick hold together stool. Being an old man, this is very important. I do like it. It's not as quick as I would like, but it's still quick enough. I'm sure you've all seen these. You can buy them anywhere. I got this at a good price because it was ex-demo without a cover. So I'm happy with that. Then I've got my cheap hold-all strapped on for tent and food. Food's quite heavy. Everything in the bag. Food, bowl, plate, condiments, toilet roll, fly sheet for the tent, which I've put into a stuff sack. So the thought of carefully folding up a wet, dirty fly sheet covered in bird poo or anything in a neat and tidy fashion every day is just not on. So I'm just going to stuff that into a stuff sack separate from the tent body. That's a Nexus, a Nemo two-person tent. Very nice. I got it cheap, half price, because it had no pegs with it. I don't know why it was half price with no pegs, but soon found some pegs. Chopping board. Slowly putting together my cook kit. Then clipped onto the back of the bicycle. So, if there's anything at the back of the bike, I double clip it on or double tie it on because I can't see if it falls off. And I don't want it to fall off. Fuel for the stove. Hand wash, pot washing, detergent dispenser in a bottle cage, so if it drips and dribbles it's not mixed up with everything else. Pump. These are Decathlon bags which I've had to reinforce across the back of this because they were slightly bending. This one is my clothing, which I'm going to lay down here. Easy access at the top. Waterproof jacket. Another little luxury is a hammock for the daytime for my afternoon siestas. Towels. I've got more than I need, so I'll probably dispose of the ones I don't use. There's 3 different lightweight towels. Pair of jeans. Cooler climates in the evening. Wash kit. In the wash kit is more or less everything I need. Shampoo, toothpaste, floss, razors, cotton wool buds, everything in plastic bags, socks and underpants stroke knickers, pair of flip-flops, They got to be good to have, haven't they? Then we're getting into the cold weather clothing. Long sleeve t-shirts. Spare reading glasses, spare sunglasses. Spare phone. Spare plastic bag. Shorts from a charity shop, £2. Winter jacket or cold weather jacket with a pair of gloves and a hat stroke neck warmer and a silk neck warmer hat. The jacket is a down, goose down, duck down jacket. First aid kit. And there's a small pouch here for more important little things, battery charges for in the evening in the tent, and important documents, spares, photocopies, passports, etc. One bag. Next bag is my bed. So I don't want anything in these two bags that I need to get at in the daytime. So if I have a puncture or some repairs on the bike, I don't want to be accessing these two bags. I just want to keep them watertight. I've not got a sleeping bag. I've got a duvet, a single duvet, which I made a little bit narrower on the sewing machine. That's very nice, comfortable on my small Primark pillow. Just a traditional pillow, not a blow-up one. Self-inflating mattress. We all know how they work. Spare pillowcase. Bit of a luxury here. Fleece blanket. Maybe sleep on the duvet and put the blanket over me when it's warm. And a fitted sheet, which I've made to fit the inflatable mattress. That's that bag. Complete, empty. So what have we got left with here? Little pouches. These are good, these are very handy. Quick access really. Is very lightweight, high-vis windproof jacket. And nibbles, they're nuts for the daytime. This one, more nibbles, dried fruit. This one is sunglasses and reading glasses I can just quickly throw into there. This one is all camera spares. They all just quickly slot into there, including the small tripod that the camera's on at the moment. My Decathlon action camera, not a GoPro, slides into the end of this accessory extension. Hooter, friendly bell, say hello. Phone for navigation, music. And in this bag is my quick grab bag, which has my money, passports and anything important. So any time I want to leave the bike for any amount of time, even 1 minute, I can quickly grab that, and everything that's very important to me, assuming everything gets stolen, I can sort myself out with this. So that will always be with me. The case for the phone, notebook and pen, selfie stick, never thought I'd buy one of those, but I have. Lightweight hat, cloth for some reason. And then we've got all the other little things like headlights, spare torch. This is a wind-up one. Love it. Whatever happens, you're never going to be able to not switch it on. I better switch it off. Earphones. I don't know. I think these are quite good. Neck warmers. I'm not really much of a cyclist, so it's all new to me, but I've realised that windproof things are more important than warm things. Pair of gloves even for summer in the evenings. Toilet roll. Can't have enough toilet roll, use it for everything. More sunglasses. Shopping bag. Nipping into a Lidl or something else in the middle of Asia. Face wipes, don't know. Bit of a luxury. Flannel, bit of a luxury. Some of these items might be going. Then in these two bags, which are very cheap and cheerful, permanently fitted to the rack, as is with this handlebar rack. I've bolted that on to this rack, so it's not actually on the handlebars. Ropes. I like to have ropes for washing lines or modifying camping arrangements. Nuts, bolts, brackets, things to strap to the bike. Swiss Army penknife, which I'm going to use for a lot of things, I would imagine. I do like to make things. And a set of Allen keys. Oil, all purpose for the bike. A ratchet strap. That's long enough to go round the girth of quite a large tree, or obviously a smaller tree. That'll strap really tightly around the tree for hanging a hammock, or in this case I've bent some small aluminium. That'll go round the girth of the tree when I'm sitting down, and I'm going to put my chopping board on it. So I've got a little table next to my seat, or for cooking. I like to be comfortable. Puncher kit. Spare straps and cable ties. Sewing kit. I'm sure I'll need that. Spare inner tube. Disposable gloves. In the other bag is my cook kit. So everything for cooking is here. Non-stick small wok, love it. I can do anything in that. Chopsticks, extremely sharp knife. Wooden spoon. Coffee maker. I like a coffee in the morning. I've cut the top off and soldered a small copper pipe on, so it just goes straight into the cup. Like that. Don't know why, I'll probably throw it away, but I do like to drink out of a glass sometimes. And that is a washing scourer. These are a lot better than the sponge ones because you can actually boil them in water to sterilise them. And a tea towel. One more bag here for the cooking kit is my daytime brew kit, comprising of flint, teaspoon, small titanium pot with tea and Everybody loves these. Little soda can stove for the fuel. Compass. I like the idea of a compass really for big cities. Instead of constantly looking at the map on all the complicated roads, you just pedal in a certain direction approximately, and eventually you get to where you want to go. Light, mirror, that's it. Not a lot. I think I've got more than I need, and everything weighs approximately 50 kilograms with the bike. I should imagine the bike's going to weigh about 20 with the racks. So that's 30 kilograms worth of kit, plus me, and I've got to lose a bit of weight. Thank you. Hope it was beneficial, and probably not what you would take, but it's what I'm taking. So I'll see how we go. Bye. Okay, about the actual bike I'm taking on my trip. It's a Decathlon Riverside 900. £395. Seems to be okay to me. Although I'm a bit concerned about the suspension forks. I think I've got time before I go to actually change those to rigid forks. I'm getting a little bit of oscillation, wibble wobble with the heavy load when you dodge around potholes, etc. Because of the weight of all the kit, a conventional stand doesn't really work, the bike just falls over, so I've used a walking pole, taken the top off. It was a sprung loaded one, so I managed to just bolt a piece of webbing to the underside of the seat, which acts as a universal joint, and that just props the bike up nice and steady. It does retract and clip quite nicely into that 15mm pipe clip. It's an aluminium rack. It's strong enough but not very flexible, so I've had to beef it up by using little U-bolts to put this plate on here which cross braces it really. This must have some other use as well later. And I've had to put this diagonal aluminium bar on from this side of the rack to that side support of the frame, and it's stiffened it up quite a lot on the lateral wobble with the extra weight on. Here's my Union jack. It's a bit multi-purpose. Unclip that and it folds over for safety precaution to keep vehicles away from you on some certain roads, and then of course it will go the opposite way in different countries. It also got clothes pegs on it because it's actually a little drying rack for a couple of things, tea towel or something. The soap dispenser is on the back of the bike in its bottle cage, along with the fuel and the pump. This Decathlon bike, this Riverside 900, I quite like the gears. It's only got a single chain ring at the front, so not forever looking at what gear I'm in, and 10 cogs on the cassette at the back. It's not the best in the world, but it certainly seems to do a nice job. I'm quite happy with it. Quite a lightweight lock. Managed to get a couple of decent sized water bottles on a small frame by modifying that. The seat seems to be okay. The handlebars are very cluttered, and I've put these bar ends in a more of a central location, and they offer me back relief to sit upright on good roads. But I certainly wouldn't be recommending having your hands so close together on rough tracks, especially with a lot of weight on the bike. It's got disc hydraulic brakes. I was a bit concerned about hydraulic brakes, but I've found out that they actually work with water in them, or maybe even Coca-Cola, anything. Not as well, but in emergencies you can fill the system up with water. The front rack is just a steel rack bolted on. It was an old thing I already had, but I quite liked it because I could weld bits onto it and modify it how I wanted. On the handlebars I've got this accessory riser off YouTube, very cheap, and that's actually put water in there, and that's my bud vase. I'm a bit of a girly at heart. This is a handbrake, very good, elastic band round the front brake, stops the front end wandering all over the place when you're trying to prop it up on a stand. Light. The phone is the rubber back of a conventional phone case with self-adhesive velcro stuck onto it, and love these bags from Decathlon, just big enough to get your hand in. You can put anything in them, individual items, things that don't matter if they get wet, of course. The camera case fits onto, or it fits in the end of that from my tripod. So it comes out the top of the tripod and it goes into there. It was a little bit loose, so I've just crimped up the end of the aluminium tube here, so it slides in nicely, and then you've got to push a bit harder and bingo. Mirror, certainly like that on busy roads, see if somebody's seen you or not when they're approaching. And that's the bike. Whether a Decathlon, oh, this thing here, in case you're wondering what it is instead of a chest mount for GoPro, that tripod fits on there. If I had an accident it would just break and fall off, and that holds the camera at chest height on the bike frame and not on a chest mounted strap. The attachment here is the end of a ski pole screwed into a quick release wheel attachment, one of these. So that's the bike. See how we get on with that.